Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the meeting of Perth and Kinross Council Licensing Board of the 20th of December 2023. I'd like to introduce everybody at the top table here and members. On my right here is Bailey Rona Broch, Councillor Grant Stewart, and Bailey Michael Williamson, Vice Convener, and Councillor Andrew Parrott, Vice Provost Andrew Parrott, and Colin Elliott, who's the Deputy Clerk. Online we have the Convener, Peter Barrett, Councillor Ian James, and Councillor John Duff. Are there any apologies this morning? We have two already, which are Councillors Anderson and Councillors McPherson. Are there any further apologies?
No, Vice Convener, that's everyone present apart from the two apologies.
Thank you. May I remind everyone present to switch off their mobile phones and avoid any disturbance. Are there any declarations of interest in any of the items on the agenda this morning for anybody? No. Everybody's shaking their heads. No. So if there are no declarations of interest, we'll move on to the minutes. Do we agree the minutes of the meeting from the 8th of November 2023? Agreed. Thank you.
Agreed.
May I introduce, move on to item 5 on our agenda, which is premises license application for the shop at Ballantaggart. Chris Rowley is here already, and I've introduced the members already to you. This is a premises license application for the shop by Ballantaggart, 11 The Square, Aberfeldy. We ask the Deputy Clerk to introduce the application, please.
Thank you, Vice Convener. Members, this application is for a full premises licence. Section 50 certificates are in place from planning, building standards and food hygiene. Police Scotland have not objected. The police have not advised of any cases, complaints, representation within 1 year concerning antisocial behaviour in the premises or within a 50-metre radius of the premises. Now, members, as delivery of alcohol is sought, Board Policy 5.22 on the delivery of alcohol is therefore relevant, and you have a copy of that. You should have a copy of that in your papers. I think it's there. Double check. Yes, it is. Now, it's a matter for the board whether it's necessary expedient to impose a local condition on the licence if granted to reflect that policy. And the premises licence holders or potential premises licence holders are aware of that local condition may be imposed and have provided a copy of their internet sales policy, which is within your papers. They've also provided an operation note, again within your papers, and you have a copy of the proposed location and layout plans. Now, the premises have recently operated on occasional licences, and lastly, Vice Convener, no objections have been received.
Clerk, could I ask the applicants to speak to the application, please?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, my name is Chris Rowley, one of the owners at Ballantaggart. The application is for off-sales licence for our shop, which, as correctly pointed out, it's been running under occasional licences up until now. The shop is part of a wider business. We have a hotel and cook school, farm and restaurant. And as a result of lockdown, where we had to sort of improvise, we created a shop in Aberfeldy where we sell. It's a sort of specialist food, gift, and we're hoping to obviously sell alcohol as well. Fairly standard operating model. All our staff go through licensing training as part of their induction to Ballantaggart and frequent refreshers. It's a small unit with a designated area for off sales, and that's really what we're looking to do.
Are there any questions for the applicant? Councillor Stewart, followed by Councillor Parrott.
Good morning. It was about your delivery service, and I think in our papers it was a third-party company, APC. How will you satisfy yourself that the alcohol is going to go to an adult? I know there's going to be age checks, but how are you going to check that with APC?
So yeah, APC are a courier company who collect. It's a very small proportion of our business, to be honest, but they will collect items from us, and we have satisfied ourselves, I suppose, by looking at their procedures that they have in terms of age checks at their end. So they confirm back to us that their checks have been carried out when they're delivering the alcohol on our behalf.
Thank you.
Deputy Provost Barrett,
Yep.
followed by Councillor John Dunn.
Thank you very much. By what you've said already, and thank you for your presentation, I'm assuming that your alcohol sales are higher end, perhaps locally sourced products priced accordingly, and that is the core of your offer in terms of alcohol.
I think that's me. Yes, that's correct. So Ballantyne is all about seasonality, provenance, and local sourcing, and our food and our drinks reflect that. So it is absolutely sort of higher end Scottish spirits or beer, and also the wine that was sourced from sort of biodynamic family-owned vineyards in Europe. So it's fairly sort of bespoke, high end, small volumes, and at that sort of top end price bracket. So that's the sort of market that we're doing.
Councillor Duff.
Thanks, Vice Convener. Morning, Mr. Rowley. My question, obviously, as I know where you are, you're situated on the square there where there's a pedestrianated area outside. And I think in the past there may have been occasional small table, couple of chairs outside in the past. If you were to do that again, are your staff aware that there is a no drinking policy in the town, and have the ability just to supervise any off sales or not being drunk immediately outside your premises?
Good morning. Yes, absolutely. So we have made the decision at the moment not to apply for a pavement license or anything. So really it's purely off sales. The team are well aware of the rules around the licensing and to make sure that people aren't sort of opening cans of beer as soon as they leave the shop or anything like that in terms of the radius surrounding. On one occasion for Christmas market, we applied for an on-sales license because as part of our stall, and we created a designated drinking area within the square as part of that market. But that was very much a one-off situation, and we're aware of the difference between that and sort of regular day-to-day business.
That's fine, thank you.
Thank you. Could I ask a question? It's about storage on your site plan of the shop. There doesn't seem very much room for storage of alcohol. So could you tell me how that might work?
Yes, so we don't have much room for storage, and therefore we sort of manage stock very carefully accordingly. So the majority of our storage is literally just within the shelves within the shop. If we do have any excess stock, that would be part of held in the Ballantyne farm property, which is a separate licensed property, part of the same business, I suppose, a family business, but and that stock would just be moved accordingly. But as I say, that's very rare that happens. We just sort of manage stock on a weekly delivery basis.
Are there any further questions for the applicant? If there are no further questions to the applicant, would the applicant like to sum up?
Just really to thank you for your time this morning, and it's the shop is actually a sort of thriving bit of our business. It was never part of our original plan, and the alcohol off sales is an important factor within that shop model and making it work from a business point of view. So, hopeful that the application is approved, and I suppose really just to say that we are aware of all the licensing, restrictions and the importance of the team training, because all our staff across all our businesses go through that as part of their induction. So hopefully there sort of won't be any issues.
Would We're now ready to come to a decision. Do we agree to grant the application subject to mandatory conditions and one local condition requiring a written delivery policy? Councillor Parrott. Online, Councillor James.
Oh, easily grant. Yes, thank you.
Councillor Barrett.
Agreed.
Councillor Duff.
Agreed.
And it's agreed from me too. Councillor Duff, please correct if there's anything to add.
No, nothing. Clear grant, subject matter conditions and the local delivery condition. Thank you.
Good morning. Are you James Savvy?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. This is a major variation application for the Scottish Deli 1 and 1A Athol Street, Dunkeld. Could I ask the Deputy Clerk to introduce the application?
Thank you, Vice Convener. Very little to say on this particular application. Of course, it's an existing premises licence with a major variation. The proposed variation primarily seeks to, first of all, increase the on-sales capacity of the main larger loose seating, which could be called a restaurant area, as a result of reconfiguring the layout within that area. And secondly, to amend the layout plan as a result. Lastly, Vice Convener, no objections have been received.
Thank you. Could I ask if the applicant would like to speak to the application?
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Just to say that I am Jane Saba. I'm the Managing Director of Scottish Deli. We have grown our business over the last several years from a deli, delicatessen during the day, as well as an evening restaurant, and our footfall into Dunkeld overall, both with visitors and with the local community, has grown considerably. As a result of that, we're seeking this application so that we can increase our capacity in order to meet the supply and demand of the customer base. Thank you.
Thank you. Could I ask, are there any questions for the applicant? No questions for the applicant? I'm going to ask you now, would you like to sum up?
In summary, thank you for no questions. No, we're just very much keen to be able to increase our capacity so that we can create that supply and demand and increase our overall business profitability. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now ready to come to a decision. Do we agree, 1, to vary the operating plan, and 2, to amend the layout plan as sought? Councillor Deputy Provost Parrott. Councillor Stewart. Bailey Brock. Councillor James.
Agreed and good luck.
Councillor Barrett.
Agreed.
And Councillor Duff.
Agreed.
And it's agreed from me. Yeah, licence.
Thank you.
Deputy Clerk, if there's anything else.
No, Vice Convener, that's a clear grant of the application as sought.
Thank you. This now brings the today's proceedings to an end. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.